Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Coming at you with another live coaching, not really live. I mean live while we're doing it, but not live while you're watching. I basically say this every single time. You get it by now. Today I got another awesome community member, brand new in the community, only been with us for a month, Mr. Gerald Rhodes. Gerald, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic today, Jesse. How are you doing?
Good, thanks. Now listen, tell us, how long have you actually been doing voiceover? Where are you from, and what got you into voiceover?
Yeah. So originally I'm from Connecticut,
Mhm.
and I grew up in the tri-state area,
Mhm.
and I live out here in Colorado, in Boulder, Colorado.
Cool.
So yeah, it's a awesome place to be if you love food, if you love doing anything outdoors. Of course, we don't have the ocean or anything, but if you love doing anything outdoors, this
Do you
is the
snowboard
place
or
for
anything?
you. Yeah, I ski. I grew up ski racing,
Oh,
so
sick.
yeah. So there's world class skiing out here that can't be beat. So
Nice. Yeah, man.
beautiful.
I don't know. I'm from originally from Vancouver. We got Whistler, so I'd like to do a
Yeah,
pit Whistler and Aspen. Let's see
yeah.
who's best.
Whistler, Aspen, Vale. So yes.
Cool. Oh yeah, Vale. That's a fantastic one. So what got you into voiceover, man? How long have you wanted to do it for? Is this like a brand new thing, or is this something that's always been on the back of your mind, or?
So this is a relatively new thing, but it's been something that I've wanted to do for a very long time. I've
Mhm.
always been interested in doing public speaking, so that's something that I've been interested in at an early age, and I've had a rather eclectic career. So everything from being a personal trainer, talking to people, being a chef, doing that
No way.
pre-meal speech, and working in technology, doing sales, so doing presentations, all kinds of things like that have really lent. I really have had to focus on my voice and leverage my voice. And the one of the latest things I did was working in customer service. Again,
Mhm.
being on the phone, had a great phone voice. But it was there, and this started back in about 2020.
Mhm.
I was able to do a couple of voiceover spots. So they needed, voiceover for IVR for the telephone, and they needed voiceover for, a couple of online spots that they were doing. And yeah, I volunteered, and
Gotta start
yeah,
somewhere.
I was really, yeah, exactly, and really got hooked. But what most recently happened with me that prompted
Mhm.
me to join the community was I was trying to promote a book. I'm a content creator, so I was trying to promote my book, and I needed help with my website. So it was suggested to me that I find a mentor to help me with my website. So I went ahead and asked a bunch of people, and one guy came back to me and said, "Yeah, I'd love to help you. I don't really do mentorship, but here's the price for me helping you out." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll do that." And he said, "Okay, great. Give me your information." So I gave him, my email address. I gave him my website. I gave him my YouTube channel, and he came back to me. He said, "Wait a second. Is that your voice on your YouTube channel?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's my voice." He said to me, "You know what, Gerald? I need a voice actor like yesterday for this spot that I need to do for an online ad. Would you be interested in working with me and collaborating with me on this?" And I said, "Absolutely." And that was like the final push for me to say, "Hey, I need to be doing this. This is something I need to be doing. And, this is one way that I can begin to share my voice with the world." And yeah, I'm just so excited to be here, and I'm so excited to be on this journey with you and
Awesome,
the
man.
entire community. Yeah.
That's dope. How far have you gotten so far?
Yeah, so I'm on voices.com. And in
Mhm.
fact, today I got my first shortlist. So
Nice.
I'm really, really excited about that. So
Sweet.
yeah. I know it's going to take a couple hundred auditions for me in
Maybe.
order to get that. You never know. You never know.
You never know. Here's the thing, right? The one thing I'll tell you, if I can just jump in for a sec, like
Yeah.
in the beginning, like don't like prepare that it could take a long time, but don't
Mhm.
accept that. Work every day like you want to shorten that period
Yes.
between the time you book your first job, or the time you get your first shortlist, what you've got, to the time you book your first job, to the time you book your second job. And the only way to shorten that time is to just work as hard as you possibly can. Like in terms of the community, just get involved in all the lives and everything we do, all the coaching opportunities. Really, as much as you can, just dive into this business, listen to commercials as much as you can, and do every single audition that comes up as soon as possible, as soon as you can get to it. And that will shorten the period of time. Now, because like if it does take you a couple hundred, a few hundred, if it takes you over 1,000 auditions, that's the extreme case, but it's happened. It doesn't mean that it's going to continue to stay that way. I have seen people take like 800 auditions to book their first job and then be full-time in 4 months. They completely turn it around. I'm like, what? You never know. Sometimes things just click for you. So yeah, man, just stay the course. How many auditions have you put in so far?
I've put in 115 so far.
Okay. And you just got your first short list? Good.
And I just got my first short list. Auditions are trickling in. I got 4 today. Getting ready to respond to them right now.
Nice.
After I get off with you.
Are you using the template that we use in the community? Are you asking for a like in your proposal?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes,
good,
absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely. Cool. Yeah, I am following the program to the letter.
Good.
So I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here. I am quite certain that my way does not work. So I'm willing to try something else.
Good. Okay, cool. Well, let's jump into the script here and see if we can help you get to that second shortlist and that booking a little bit sooner. Okay, so we're looking at a spot here. This is is it pronounced Lacombe? Is that right?
La Colombe.
La Colombe. Oh, what did I say? Lacombe.
Yes.
La Colombe. La Colombe Coffee Roasters. Okay,
French.
cool.
Yes.
Great. Do you know this place?
I've heard of this coffee, yes, and I love coffee. I start every day with a French press coffee from my, coffee beans from my local coffee roaster. It is one of my things.
Okay, we're going to find out how much you actually like it. Okay, so what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to get you to do a data read first. So just say the script, no performance, just deadpan from top to bottom. Just say the words, no performance, okay?
Good coffee doesn't need a lot of talk. Just the right roast, a quiet morning, and that first sip that makes you stop and smile. La Colombe. Real coffee made right.
Okay, great. Cool. So now we're going to do it for real. Before we do it, tell me, like, what is it that you like about coffee the most?
So it's more than just the ritual of it. Mm-hmm. It's the smell, it's the taste. Ever since I stopped putting sugar and creamer in my coffee, I'm the guy that used to love his sugar with coffee and cream. Okay. And, when I stopped doing that, and I started drinking coffee, sourcing beans from local coffee roasters, finding beans that I liked the way that they tasted. Mm-hmm. Coffee just took on a whole new flavor and meaning for me. And it became part of my, what became part of my morning routine. So yeah, it's something that I do every morning. Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you one more thing. And then in the middle of it, once you kind of just like get lost in the moment, I'm going to rudely interrupt you and tell you to go to the script. The goal is to not change how you're talking and just go to the script and continue talking the way you're talking. Unless you're talking fast, then slow your speech down, but just talk like as if you're talking to me. Okay. So tell me, what is your ideal coffee? What is it? Where is it from? And what kind of coffee is it?
Yeah, my ideal coffee, it's from this local coffee roaster, and what they do is they roast coffee they take orders on Tuesday. They roast the coffee on Wednesday, and then they deliver it by bicycle on Thursday. So, yeah.
That is some highbrow coffee. Holy shit. This guy's a connoisseur.
Exactly. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And the beans, not only are they just, so fresh, of course they're, organic and,
Okay, go to the script. Go to the script.
Good coffee doesn't need a lot of talk, just the right roast. A quiet morning, that first sip that makes you stop and smile. La Colombe. Real coffee made right.
Cool. There's some good stuff in there, but I think you're making it a little bit too important. You know, when I'm
Okay.
asking you about the coffee, you're just like, oh my God, it's from this place. And then they roast the coffee, they deliver it by bicycle the next day. You just kind of like saying this stuff and you're thinking about what you say as it comes up. And this, you're super sure about what you're saying. And it sounds almost like you're trying to make it sound good. Forget about how you sound. You sound
Okay.
great. You don't need to think about that anymore. Just communicate because that's all it is. And it doesn't have
Yes.
to be a lot of effort. Why don't you say it again and just say it like as if you're just having a chat with your best friend. I know that's super cliche in voiceover, but who's your best friend? You can make up
My
a
best
name if you don't
friend.
want to say their name and like them see this and go, why wasn't I your best friend? It's somebody else.
No, my best friend is Townsend. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool. So Townsend. So does Townsend like coffee?
Yep. Townsend loves coffee too.
Okay,
Yes.
so here's the thing. I want you to talk to Townsend, use these words, and start off with like, hey, Townsend, good coffee doesn't need a lot of talk. You start by saying that. If you go into an announcer voice or like trying to make it sound good, Townsend knows you well, right?
Right.
So
Yes.
just visualize Townsend, guy or girl?
Guy.
Guy. So he's going to look at you like, are you doing like a voiceover on me if you start changing your voice? 100%. So you got
Exactly
to
what he
talk
would
to
say.
Townsend the way you actually talk to Townsend. Otherwise, you're going to be like, and I'm going to call bullshit on you. So picture Townsend. Think about a conversation that maybe happened. Maybe you're having coffee and Townsend's like, why are you being so quiet? And then you respond with, good coffee doesn't need a lot of talk. Okay, take a second, visualize it. You're not doing a voiceover. You're just talking to Townsend.
Hey, Townsend. Good coffee doesn't need a lot of talk. Just the right roast, a quiet morning, and that first sip that makes you stop and smile. La Colombe. Real coffee made right.
Much better, much better. I want you to do even less effort. And with that
Okay.
first line's good coffee doesn't need a lot of talk. Do you think it might be safe to say that we could probably put a lot of air into this and take our time with it? And it might actually increase the effect of what they're trying to do with the script here? Because if I
Yeah.
said to you, Gerald, good coffee doesn't need a lot of talk, just the right roast, a quiet morning, and that first sip that makes you stop and smile. La Colombe. Real coffee made right. Makes sense, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
Yes.
that's my take. But what's your take? But that's how slow you can go with this because it says it right there in the first line. Good coffee doesn't need a lot of talk.
Good coffee doesn't need a lot of talk. Just the right roast, a quiet morning, and that first sip that makes you stop and smile. La Colombe. Real coffee made right.
Very good. Excellent read. Now we're going to personalize it, which is going to make you do all kinds of things that are unique to you. This is great. This is good cadence. That was a great read that could have booked you the job. We want you to unequivocally book the job over everybody else where they're like, the only person that could do this is Gerald. And this is how you're going to do it. Okay, so the first line is pretty self-explanatory. We'll just say you're responding to Townsend. Townsend says, hey, why are you so quiet? You're both sharing coffee. You're like, hey, good coffee doesn't need a lot of talk. Self-explanatory, totally fine. But this is not self-explanatory, and everybody's going to have a different opinion. To you, what is the right roast?
To me, Guatemala. That's my favorite roast.
Great.
Yeah.
You must have a lot of quiet mornings in Colorado if you're an outdoorsy kind of guy. What's your ideal quiet morning? Like a powder day?
Yeah, it just dumped a foot, but the snow is still falling, and I'm getting ready to put on my skis, but I'm having that French press roasted coffee. I'm going to do that first, and I'm going to savor that and look at the snow and be at peace with the snow falling, and know that I'm going to be able to get out there in that delicious powder and just make these beautiful turns in that
Okay.
that light snow
Okay.
that is just so magical.
Good. And the first sip of coffee on a day like that, does that make you smile?
Yeah, that
Okay.
first sip of coffee, it's just so full of flavor and so delicious, and it has a full mouth feel to it, and yeah,
I
it's just
believe you. You
fantastic.
don't got to sell me on
Yeah.
it. So what I want you to do now is I want you to take your time, take as much time as you can, and take all the space you can before you say just the right, like say that first line and then pause. Visualize having that right roast. Then say just the right roast. And then the rest of it, a quiet morning, visualize it. like you were just doing, like, having that French press, looking out, seeing the snow, and that first sip that makes you smile. Just take your time. Have the pictures going through your mind as you're saying it, and don't think about your voice. Just think about
Okay.
the feeling and the visualization, and your voice will do the most magical thing. So, whenever you're ready,
Okay.
take your time. Take your time. Don't rush into it.
Yeah, so it's Guatemalan coffee beans. Those are my favorite beans. And good coffee doesn't need a lot of talk. Just the right roast, a quiet morning, uh, that quiet morning right before that powder day. That is just so magical. And then that first sip of coffee that makes you stop and smile. La Colombe, real coffee made right.
Okay, good. Take it again. Take it again.
Okay.
Clear your mind. Take your time. Less effort. I just think about the visuals. That's it. Don't worry about the performance. All the time in the world. Good coffee doesn't need a lot of talk. That's effortless. That level. That's what I want.
Good coffee doesn't need a lot of talk. Just the right roast, a quiet morning, and that first sip that makes you stop and smile. La Colombe, real coffee made right.
Excellent. One more time. Keep that smile you had in that middle part the whole way through. Start with a big smile on your face. Best day
All
ever.
right. Good coffee doesn't need a lot of talk. Just the right roast, a quiet morning, and that first sip that makes you smile. La Colombe, real coffee made right.
Excellent. That was a really good read. Very good. Now, I want to make you go the complete opposite direction. I want you to pick it up. I want you to pick up the pace, a lot more upbeat.
Okay.
Hey, good coffee doesn't need a lot of talk. Just the right roast, a quiet morning in the first, more upbeat.
Good coffee doesn't need a lot of talk. Just the right.
Oh, why are you yelling at me? I didn't say to get louder. Just pick up the pace. That's
Okay.
all.
Okay. All right.
One thing that can be really helpful is
Yeah.
earphones. What they do is they cut off like the sound of like what your voice, how loud it is around you, especially closed back ones. If you take one phone off of one ear, you'll get a better gauge of how loud you're actually being.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
take one off one ear. See, now say something.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah, you can
that's
tell,
so much quieter. Yeah.
right?
Okay.
So
All
now
right.
you know if you're like screaming or not. Because it can, like when I got my headphones on, like I instantly, you just get louder because it sounds good too. But you don't
Yeah.
want to,
That I mean, that's
you
the
don't
way
want
I
to
think
get
of
loud
it.
in commercials. So that's why I
No.
was one ear off. Okay, so just pick it up the pace a little bit, but keep it like same kind of level. Good coffee doesn't like. If I'm talking to you like this is how I want to be when I'm doing commercials. I don't want to all of a sudden just get super loud like I'm doing like a promo. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All
Still
right.
having a conversation with Townsend,
Yep.
but you're just a little peppier, a little bit more spring in your step.
Good coffee doesn't need a lot of talk. Just the right roast, a quiet morning, and that first sip that makes you stop and smile. La Colombe, real coffee made right.
Dude, you do reads like that, you're gonna get a lot more shortlists and probably some bookings. It's great. So the one reason why I like to show like two different ways that you can do it, one which was the first way is probably the way that they're gonna go, but the other way it's a little unexpected and it shows them that you can do a wide range when you're doing auditions. That's what we're mainly talking here. When you're doing the spot, they'll have you do this 7 ways Sunday. They'll have you do it a bunch of different ways so they have options. Even if it's not really the direction they're going in, they'll make you do it all kinds of weird ways. But the audition, I like to, especially for pay to play sites like voices.com and voice123, sometimes they give you no directions, sometimes they give you the wrong direction. But one thing that is helpful is if it's a short spot like this and you give them like generally what they want, what you think they want, but like with your own personality put into it, and then you give them something else. Hey, if you want an upbeat take, you want to hear that, I can do that too. Then they know that you're the man. You can pretty much do whatever they throw at you. And you also have a much better chance in case somebody else just does a really good upbeat read. Then they're like, oh, we really like Gerald's like more inspirational read, but upbeat might be the way to go. Oh, I wish he did an upbeat read. Well, you've already covered it. And it shows range.
Yeah.
So great job, man. Like, how do you feel?
Thank you. I feel great. Yeah. I mean, that's the other thing about voiceover is that whenever I do it, I mean, I feel fantastic. So
Good,
I
man.
feel like this is I'm supposed to be right here. Yeah.
Good. That's a strong indicator you're supposed to be right here if you enjoy it. You know, that's the one thing I would say to like all of you guys at home too, is that if voiceover, it's, you know, in the beginning, it can be a struggle for a lot of people.
Mhm.
But if you're not enjoying it, I think a good idea would be to rethink it because it's supposed to be fun. So, you know, if you really want to do this, find the joy in it. Because it is fun, and when you have a blast like that, it's, you know, it doesn't feel like a job, and it's much easier to do like 50, 60 auditions a day, which I always say to do, but I know it's
Sure.
hard to do.
Yeah. Hey, as many as they'll throw at me, I'm ready.
Good.
I'm ready.
That's the
I
right
got the
attitude.
time.
All right. Well, Gerald, thank you so much for being here, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Jesse.
Yeah, you're welcome. No problem. It was a pleasure. And everybody at home, if you're interested in learning more about voiceover, check the links below. Many ways to work with me. And above all, just start. That's the way to do it. Don't let 10 years go by and think, oh man, I wish I would have started voiceover. Just begin. Other than that, I've been Jesse. This is Gerald, and we will see you next time, everybody.